Namaste everyone. In this world of chaos, some are born not to be worshipped, but to be misunderstood. Some walk through fire, not to gain power, but to burn away the illusions of others. Today I bring you the story of such a man. One who was called a villain, who wore the mask of evil, only to protect a future he could never see. He didn't ask for applause, he didn't beg to be remembered. He walked alone and died in silence, so that the world could live in peace. This is the story of Lelouch, the devil who followed Dharma. He was born into a world ruled by power, where kings crushed the poor, and justice was just another name for control. He saw how the weak were silenced, how the innocent were trampled, how the system was designed, not to save but to consume. He made a choice, not to bow, not to cry, but to become the storm that ends the silence. When prayers failed, he turned into precision. He wore the mask of sorrow, a symbol of vengeance, a ghost with no past, no fear, and no hesitation. He didn't want power for himself. He wanted to reset the board, to destroy the corrupt throne, not to sit on it. But the world misunderstood. They called him a terrorist, a manipulator, a devil. And perhaps he was. But even the devil then carried the burden no angel dares to touch. When the war finally ended, he stood alone. He had created a world that hated him. And that was his plan, because hatred can unite better than hope. He made himself the final villain. He turned the entire world against him. And when everyone was watching, when the final stage was set, he let his own friends track him down, not as a revenge, but as a redemption for the entire world. One death to erase 1,000 wars. That was his gift. That was his Requiem. True Dharma is not about being right or being good. It's about doing what must be done, even if it breaks you. He didn't fight for himself. He didn't die to be remembered. He chose silence over fame, pain over comfort, sacrifice over safety. That is Dharma. And that is not for faint-hearted. He walked the same path, once walked by kings, sages, and yes, even gods. Today the world is quiet. People smile, flags wave in peace. But no one speaks of the man who made it possible. He gave everything and took nothing. That is power of one who acts with purpose, one who walks alone. But those footsteps echo through generations. He wasn't a hero. He wasn't a villain. He was something far more dangerous, a man who understood the cost of peace and paid it in full. This video was brought to you not in emotion, but in truth. If this story awakened something within you, something that cannot be explained, only felt, then let that feeling reach others too. Like, share and subscribe for more truths not quoted in fantasy but forged in fire.